Hey, I'm Michael Bella. Bella is Italian, by the way.
Bella?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'm here on a bass island. Yeah, I'm going to tell some more about myself, I assume, yeah?
Yes.
Leave the word to you.
Okay, so welcome to Italy, first of all.
Thanks.
How is an EPTIC DJ set structured?
Well, like how I mostly play, it's a part dubstep, and I always kind of mix it with some other styles, like mostly some drum and bass, and once in a while a bit of electro and the 100 BPM hip hop tempo stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but not just dubstep. I really like to switch it up because I feel like when I don't do this, it gets kind of it just goes in one line. And there has to be some variation. Yeah, I think.
Exactly. You have your own style, very unique. Some people say they can't stop thinking of video games when they hear your tracks. So is it a true influence of yours, or just where does this sound come from?
To be honest, I'm not so sure. Like, I've always been a fan of Pokemon and Mario and stuff, but I can't really say that I listen to Mario and Pokemon and that I think oh, I'm going to make something like that. Yeah, it's just it has always been the way for me for producing. I always start by every melody I make, I always make it in saw waves, so really easy tones that kind of sound 8-bit. But most of the time I just end up liking the 8-bit sounds and just keeping them in the tracks. So that's probably where the 8-bit thing comes from. Yeah, for the style, I don't really know. I just make stuff and people think it's a certain sort of style, and that's kind of fun because I don't really intend to do it, but everything I make just kind of sounds.
It comes natural to you. I see. How and when did you get in touch with Never Say Die?
Never Say Die. I think it's almost a year ago or something, or like 8 months or something. Yeah, basically one day Schism started talking to me. He's the owner of Never Say Die. Mm-hmm. And just said I heard this track, I made an old track called Danger, and he really liked it, and he asked me do you got some more tracks? And I said yeah, I got 4 new tracks or something. And I sent it the 4 tracks, and he said yeah, I like them all, let's sign them.
Wow, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And Tom is a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I actually think everyone on Never Say Die is really great. Also you got Nick. He also owns Never Say Die together with Tommy Schism. Mm-hmm. And he's also a great guy. Everyone's so friendly, and it's one big family.
A big family. And production-wise, what do you use to produce? Software and hardware?
I actually just use Ableton, and I don't have much hardware actually. I just have a MIDI keyboard. I got some Mackie monitors, and I got an external sound card, and that's everything actually. I'm actually not a big fan of using too much hardware because there's a lot of people like using the machine and stuff, but when I do stuff like that, I just I just play around with it for 3 hours, but I don't make anything, I just sit there doing random stuff, So yeah, it doesn't really help in production for me.
When's the best time for you to produce? Late at night, early in the morning?
Yeah, it's always late at night for me. To be honest, I don't sleep very often, so I do everything late at night. Uh-huh. Yeah, and I also feel when I try to make tunes earlier in the day, I just can't come up with ideas, and when I do it at night or something, I always come up with different ideas. It's really weird, but it just happens like that.
I know someone. Well, when you collaborate with Abstract, you create something very extraordinary, very unique indeed. I mean, apart from the funny videos on YouTube and the kittens. What links so well the two of you, musically speaking?
Well, it's actually kind of strange. One day Abstract just sending me a tune, and I really liked it, and we just kept on talking. And one day he was just in Belgium, and he said like, yeah, is it cool if I come down? And I said like, yeah, sure. And he just stayed for 2 days, and we just made the tune in 2 days. And yeah, that's how it happened. Yeah, it's kind of weird because like mostly it normally takes me like weeks to make a tune, but he's very fast. And like the fun thing about the collab was like he has certain things that he's really good at, and I have certain things that I'm quite good at. And like all my weaker points were like how do you say this in English?
Strengths.
Yeah, his strength. Yeah. So yeah, it was really nice and really fun. And
the combination of the
yeah,
two.
yeah, indeed. And I actually hope to do more collabs with him. Like we recently got into the studio again, but it didn't go as fluently as previous time. But we also had like a few hours, so it wasn't the same as previous time. Yeah.
And the scene in Belgium is quite flourishing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite rich.
I actually think we have a great scene in Belgium. Like we always have really great names, and the crowd is really responsive. Yeah, responsive. Yeah, I really can't complain. And like also for me, like being Belgian and then being in that scene is so much fun because the crowd is always really like happy to see me play in Belgium and stuff.
Sure.
And it feels really good to get so much support from my own country, you know. Yeah.
And I know that you said that one thing that keeps you producing is your need to express your ninja stone cold thoughts. So what ninja thoughts do you have, man?
I don't know, but there's so many tunes that I just like actually I think like my best tunes are just the tunes where I like a really silly thought or idea or something and just started from there. Like I recently started this tune called Mastermind. It's not out or on the internet yet, but it's actually based on an episode of Dexter's Laboratory with like an evil computer and stuff. And I actually tried to make the story into a song, you know? Yeah, yeah. And I actually work a lot in that way. Like when I got like an idea from a movie or something, and I search all the samples, and it just falls together. Yeah. So yeah, it's actually quite a fun way to work for me.
It is,
definitely.
Yeah. And I know a very strong influence of yours has always been jump up in the past.
Yeah,
so do you think of going back to drum and bass sometime soon?
Well, actually, I've always been producing drum and bass still while I'm doing the whole dubstep thing, but I just never put anything online because I felt that the drum and bass I made wasn't on the same level as the other stuff I made, you know, or the other drum and bass that is around. But now, like the past few weeks, I'm starting to get pretty satisfied with the drum and bass I'm making. So yeah, I don't know, like maybe next EP I got some drum and bass on there. You'll have to wait and see.
We'll wait. We can't wait. Thank you so much. Yeah. Have a great show tonight.
Yeah. And big up to Bass Island.
Thank you. Great.